most important thing that you can get from them is a name and a phone number. In 90% of the accidents I have, I talk to my client and they say, well, there were some people at the scene that came and talked to me and had seen the accident and were asking if I was okay, but I didn't get their name and phone number. A lot of people think that the police will get all the names and phone numbers of everybody who's a witness there and do a complete investigation of the scene. But the police commonly don't do that. The police commonly secure the scene for the rest of the motoring public, and if a witness happens to come up to and talk to them, they might put their name down and a phone number. But most of the time, there are many witnesses to an accident that are not recorded by the police. So the most important thing you can do is to ask for somebody's name and phone number. And then later on you can contact them if you want and try to get details. But if we don't have a name and a phone number, they're lost forever. Well, at the scene, things are going on and it can be quite hectic. And so you want to do something that is as easy as possible. You probably don't have a pen and paper, and so you can just ask the person their name and phone number and type it into your phone and hit contact or hit call, and that way you've recorded it and then you can do something with it later. But the important thing is to get their name and number. And probably the quickest way to do that is by just asking them and then quickly putting it into your phone. Another thing that you might do is to take some photographs of the scene. A lot of people don't do that, but photographs of the damaged vehicles, both close up and then back away, so you can get a better idea of what the scene looks like. Well, the witnesses are all going to be liability witnesses, and by that I mean their testimony is going to bear on liability as to who caused the accident. And so of course what you want to do is to talk to them about what they saw and what was their vantage point. Sometimes their vantage point is not a good one in order to see, for instance, the color of the light or where a party was when they were struck. But those are the most important things. And make sure that these are people that actually did see something rather than were on their phone. I had one case where there was an accident and the cars after the accident careened into a second car that had 4 people in it, and they were sitting there waiting on the light. And none of them saw what happened because all 4 of them were on their cell phones waiting for the light to turn green. They didn't know the accident happened until these 2 cars then careened into them and hit their car. So what's important is to find out, did they actually see something, and what was their vantage point?